everyone, it's Jane at Velocity Vet 08, and I am here with a finished SaCrafters design team project. I know I've done a dresser before, but this is the dresser for the winner, one of the winners of my Greyhound giveaway. And I did this dresser completely different than I did my own. My dresser is non-functional, and I made this one functional. I made it a jewelry box, completely lined with velvet inside, and it's really, I think, very nice and definitely something I would love to own myself. In fact, it's kind of hard to part with because I love ladies' diary paper. I think it's just so pretty, and I love this dresser design. And one of the other things that I wanted to kind of get across as well by making it a design team project was the fact that I realized Sa designs things very quickly, and sometimes we lose track of some of the older designs that she's made, and they're not even that old. It's just that she goes very fast making new things for her shop, and I know she gets a lot of requests from people, and she tries to fulfill all those, and that's why she goes very fast. People ask her to make things, and she tries to please everybody. I wanted to kind of revisit some of the older designs as design team projects because they're lovely. This dresser is just outstanding, and the next thing I'm going to make is going to be the lingerie dresser. I have it and I've never made it, and I just got the botanical tea paper. I'm going to use it on that, and then I have a surprise project that I'm going to use that paper for as well, that I think is going to be really neat. But I just, you know, another thing I want to do of Sa's is the shadow box again. The one, it's 11 by 11, and it has 3.5 by 3.5 holes to put stuff in, cubicle areas, you know, and they're big, they're roomy, and it is just a beautiful shadow box. And I just, like I said, I feel like some of those things kind of get forgotten, and they can be done in so many ways, just like this was done completely different than my original one. So let me show you what I did. As I mentioned, I used the ladies' diary paper, and I just used the same piece going all up the front, the clock piece, and it goes all the way up here, so that when you look at it, you get this more aesthetically correct look, you know, of the one piece of paper, so it doesn't look, you know, kind of chaotic or anything. I think it's really a beautiful sheet. And then on the sides, I use the stripes, and on the back, I use that, and I also used it on the bottom. And while I'm at the bottom, I used 16mm flatback pearls for feet. I didn't get these in Sa store. I had gotten them by accident from Wild Orchid Crafts, but I believe that Sa does sell these in her store, and they make beautiful feet, along with many other things that they do. So she does sell bags of loose halfback pearls, so you know, you can always take a look out there. She sells also, I believe, packages of 16mm pearls that are actual round pearls, which you could use as feet as well. So just wanted to kind of show you that. She's got a lot of things that would work as feet for this out there. I went this way because of the feminine look that has with the paper, and I was going very, she wanted a shabby feminine look for her dresser, so that's what I was going for. On the very top, I used just a very kind of a real low-key polka dot, you know, nothing that was real. I didn't want a heavy pattern. I wanted something very subtle because I really wanted this top cluster up here to be, you know, the focus, not what, you know, was on the paper right there. So I made it be subtle, and it blends well with the flowers and things that I used. So that was why I made that choice, and it does blend well with this paper, of course, because it's all part of the line. The drawers inside, oh, and the paint that I used for the edges and like that you see here is champagne metallic. That's what I used, and it's a folk art paint, and it's very, very pretty. Now, I wanted a very soft look to this. I was going for a very, very, very just soft, delicate look on it, and I always want to protect the paper, so I used Mod Podge hard coat on the whole thing. Paper everywhere, inside the drawers. The only place that I didn't use it is where I used beeswax. So you know, that kind of changes the metallic a little bit, but I don't really care because I wanted this real soft, subtle look all over the whole thing. I wasn't looking to have any kind of glaring shine or anything anywhere. So I really like it. And this would even have lended itself to using the Mod Podge antique, the antique Mod Podge, because it would have darkened it just a little, and that would have actually been really pretty as well. So either one of those choices would have worked. The handles are from Saw's store, and I think they are just darling and just perfect for this whole paper and design. They are, I think, sold in packages of 2, this size, and I just put little brads on them, and I put them down with E6000 and just let them dry really well. On this one right here, I just tied a little piece of tulle, and I have a little key hanging there, and this key is part of a package that Saw sells as well, and it is, in my opinion, one of the best packages of keys I've ever purchased. I love it because it comes with, I believe, a dozen keys of all different sizes, and even has a steampunk key in it, all the way down to the tiniest key. I mean, when I say all the way down to the tiniest key, I used one of the tiny keys on my last ATC card that I did. So it goes from there to a great big steampunk key. So I love the package, and it's inexpensive, and you get, like I said, a dozen of them. So I wanted to just kind of hang that on there with some tulle just to have kind of a cute little shabby look to that. And then my arrangement, I'll show you the inside the drawers here in a second. My arrangement that I did on top, I tried to go with the flow of the paper again. There's beautiful flowers with greenery coming out from under them on the paper. And so I tried to kind of imitate that in my design on top so that it would blend really well and just fade in together and not be like the separate entity on here. So I just put down literally, like, I made like flowing sprays of leaves, and then put these beautiful chiffon fabric flowers up here. I purchased them, I didn't make them. I'm not a huge flower maker. And then I tucked some other leaves in here and some acrylic little bead, like kind of crystal bead spray things, and tucked those in here, this little piece right here. And then I had this spray of pearls that I just had in my stash. They're really pretty, and I just put those on here. It gives, you know, just gives a real feminine feel to it because there's a little pearl here in the middle of this. And then I used a little wheat spray back here. I have a little green wheat spray. You might be able to see some of these little details a little better in the still shots. And then this is one of the gorgeous butterflies from Renee Bouquet Butterflies. So I put one of those because it blended perfectly. And then right here, I also have a little piece of lace popping out from under the paper. I just did a little roll back of the paper right here and just put down a little bit of lace. Just a real thin sheer one so it wouldn't be too overpowering. So yeah, I just took a real subtle kind of decor on it. The drawers all look the same. They all look like this, and I love the way they turned out. It's lined with a beige velvet, as you can see. And when I put the velvet in there and just laid it in there, quite honestly, this is going to sound terrible, but it just looked like something from Walmart. I mean, it just didn't have, it just didn't really, it just looked, the velvet was just laying there. So I went ahead and used some Chinese braid, and I don't know if Saw carries it in her store or if she was just destashing stuff, but she had sent me a huge roll of it, and that's what I used was her roll. So she may have it in her store, she may not. I'm not 100% certain, but anyway, I just used that all around the entire, you know, box area, and I really think that gave it a much nicer look. Also, to the drawers, the sides here and the bottom are all coated with beeswax so that they will slide easy. And then inside is all covered in the hard coat so that it has that same soft look as the rest of the dresser. I didn't want it being like all shiny inside the drawers when you open them. And so, but just all the same inside. And I think it'll make a really beautiful jewelry box. So that's what will be given to Donna. I'm really excited. It turns out that she's going to be coming this direction. She's in Ohio and I'm in St. Louis, and I have a feeling I might be able to actually give this to her in person. I'm really hoping so, because as you all know, these don't travel well in the mail. And so that would be nice. Plus, it would be just nice to present it to her in person. I mean, you know, you don't get that many opportunities to do that type of thing. So hoping that that works out. But stay tuned. I'll have a couple more still shots after I'm done talking here. And I hope you enjoyed this project, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.